Hello, sweet souls. This is your last reading of the day. I don't have my earbud in, so hopefully you can hear me okay. We had to take a break. We just went to the most beautiful beach. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So yeah, I did take a long recording so you could see the boardwalk to the beach, see the beach. It's pretty amazing. It's like paradise. We're going to call on St. Michael. St. Michael, please transmute all negative energy to positive, centered myself with the viewer. We're going to call on the Holy Spirit, angel saints, spirit guides, ancestors, and ask for a message for your greater good. We pray for truth and only truth for the greater good of the collective. Let's look at the overall energy. Overall energy. Your destiny. Aligning with your fate and destiny. And the Magician. So it's like you hold the power. The power is in your hands now. You have successfully learned lesson, closed out karmic cycles, and now you are in this Magician energy with the ability to create absolutely anything in your reality. It leads to victory and success and material and spiritual prosperity, as well as harmony. I love it. All right, let's see what else we get. All right, let's see. What is it, Zusi? So we do have, like I said, the camera in the camper. So when we went to the beach, Mark was watching them on the camera, and they actually were good. They didn't do anything disruptive or destructive. And it's not Zeus, it's Rocco that likes to tear things up. But he didn't. He slept, so that's good. Now, our next campsite is amazing because it's very private, and it's about 6 down. So, all right, let's see. Overall energy. Sorry, current energy. Current energy. This came out, I think, yesterday. Obstacle. What is the obstacle? What is the advice? And what is the outcome? Wow. Okay, so this definitely is about a karmic. Sorry, guys, but it is. Someone is still stuck in repeat patterns, learning nothing. They keep going round and round, spinning their wheel. This is in the current energy, someone that's at a fork in the road. They're at a fork in the road. They're stuck. They're stagnant. They know that they need to do things differently, but it feels like this is someone that they would rather stay in their comfort zone, which is darkness, where there's no growth. The obstacle is either they can't communicate a message, or they're not receiving the downloads, divine messages. There's something about messages that is an obstacle. We'll see. The advice they want you to know, this person, that yes, they have an abandonment wound, but they feel out in the cold. They could be struggling financially. The outcome, you've released this person because you've recognized they are not for you. Sorry, we have a golf cart riding by. Yeah, somebody has realized, and the outcome, you've realized this person is not for you, and you've released them and left them to their own device, which is continuing repeating the same thing over and over and over again. You're not willing to stay on a sinking ship, and that's what this is. This person's going down. You instead close the cycle, aligned with your fate and destiny, and now you hold the power. That's why everything is aligning for you. You've done the work, for sure. So, where are the decks I was going to use? Let's use this one. Okay. Please clarify this fork in the road. What do we need to know about the fork in the road? Fork in the road. Wow. This person, they're in severe mental anguish. This person could be having sleepless nights, very haunted. I got the magnification when the Nine of Swords came out in reverse. Sometimes it will mean that you have freed yourself of stress and anxiety, but it's followed by the Ten of Swords. So this is like the max stress and anxiety. This person's tapped out, like they cannot take it anymore. They're facing a very painful ending with deception and betrayal. This is why they're at a crossroads. Either something has been revealed in the current energy, or they feel that something is about to go down. So what is the message in a bottle? Why is that an obstacle? Yeah, see, this person is super intimidated by you. They want to send you a message. The problem is you love yourself now. you are operating in this Nine of Pentacles energy, creating something independently, and you're prosperous. So this person knows it would be an obstacle to convince you to go back to a karmic cycle where there was no growth. There was no equal energy exchange. There was no respect, loyalty, honor, truth. Yeah, that's why it's an obstacle for them to message you. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, hopefully you can hear me because I did put my earbud in. I had to have Mark start the air conditioning because I was getting too hot. So we had to close the windows and everything. So let's just see. The advice, this person has an abandonment wound. They are feeling abandoned, rejected. I basically feel this person is feeling sorry for themselves. They don't want to reflect on their wounding or their bad decisions, and they certainly don't want to be accountable. So they'd rather feel sorry for themselves. Yeah, you know, this person is jealous because you moved on and you found peace, and you also could be attracting your soul tribe. You know, with the Three of Pentacles, you have support. There are people that are supporting you, and this person is upset, angry that you have support. They wanted you to be ostracized. They didn't want you to have love, support, prosperity. They didn't want you to have anything. Give me one more, please. Yeah, they've been watching. They've been watching you ever since you walked away, and they can see how much happier you are. They can see the peace in your life, the opportunities in your life. And they're bitter. Bitter and broke, sounds like. Not for you in reverse. You have recognized this person's not for you and released them. That's the outcome. Yeah, I feel like this person has the desire to apologize to you now. But here's the thing. They created so many illusions, and they did this for so long about what happened, never being accountable. They played this game for so long that they ended up burning themselves because you're aware of what they were doing. This was a bad decision. It just burned the bridge. It pushed you further away from this person. Round and round. Yeah, they are getting clarity on, with the Two of Pentacles, why things are so imbalanced in their life, why they're struggling financially, why they have so much stress and anxiety. They are, with the Sun, getting clarity on this. You know, the Divine, and actually you, with the Queen of Swords, whatever you're speaking could be illuminating truth. Excuse me. Could be illuminating truth to this person that it's causing a tower. It's more than they can bear because they know it's true. Because they can see the results of their actions. So, let's do another round. Yeah, this person is extremely stressed out, stuck, stagnant, at a fork in the road. They know they need to make a different choice. They need to change. They are facing a very painful ending with deception and betrayal. Two of Swords, current energy. You know, if this person went to a third party collective, you may have warned this person. If you go into that connection, this is what's going to happen. They're reflecting now on what you spoke about this third party, because now they sit in the Four of Cups knowing that this was an unwise choice. It was the wrong way to go. They know it now. And your words are echoing in their mind. They can't send you a message because what would be the motivation for you to connect with this person? They didn't give you love. They weren't honest. They weren't loyal. And then they tried to destroy you through lies and slander. You have learned to love yourself. You are creating something on your own, and it is prospering. That's why it's an obstacle for them to send you a message. You have them blocked energetically, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And that's causing a tower. No longer having access to your energy because the cycle is closed is causing this person a tower. Your truth is causing a tower because they know this karma that they're experiencing is what they deserve. It is. It's what they deserve. The advice here, this person is playing the victim. They feel out in the cold. They feel defeated. Because you moved on, embraced peace, and you have community support, and they've been watching everything. 5 of Pentacles. And you don't care. You really don't. You're just happy that you don't have to deal with this person anymore. Yeah, moving on. And attracting a high level, a high vibrational, divine, masculine, or feminine energy that is fated to come into your life. And that's justice. Yep. This lower vibrational energy that thought it was a smart idea to play games with you, now they screwed themselves. They're being replaced by a high vibrational match. With not for you in reverse, you recognize this person. They're never going to change. They're never going to grow up. They're never going to be honest, loyal. Not to mention all the things that they did. They want to apologize, but this person, they create illusions. This is after telling so many lies about you behind your back and illusions. They've done it for so long that making this choice, it destroyed any chance of them changing and returning. Even if they changed right now, you would never trust them. You would never have them back because you cannot trust anything that they say or do. And they know it. They're heartbroken. I do believe for most of you, they chose a third party. And that's what sealed the deal for you. You're like, oh, I will never be an option. And you will never have access to my energy again. Yeah. This love bomber gaslighter that wanted to have multiple options, well, they were successful at ending the connection with you. Yeah, 5 of Wands. This person is so jealous. So angry that you set yourself free from their manipulation. They continue to repeat patterns. But you know what? I feel the divine is highlighting, look, you're broke because of your actions. You know, you're stressed out, you're mentally unstable because of the dark energy. This is who you are. This is what you've done. You are responsible for where you find yourself. No one else. Don't point the finger at anyone else. Yeah, you chose to be an emotional manipulator. Use and abuse people. It was your foolish actions that led you to where you are right now. You chose to be dark. You chose to let the devil manipulate your mind. You chose to be in greed and lust and envy and jealousy. What do you think you call into your reality when you operate in that energy? Nothing positive. Yeah, operating from ego. Not to mention the fact that they were bullying you. Lying and slandering, getting other people to bully you. Yeah. They've been replaced. They are being replaced. No doubt in my mind. Yeah, I feel you did warn this person about the third party. And they're remembering now. They're really emotionally wrecked. Going through a very painful ending and being forced to remember the words you spoke. Fork in the road. Fork in the road. Yeah, they're so angry. Not only are you truly gifted, and did you predict what would happen, but you learn to love yourself and you emanate the energy of divine love. You don't have anger, bitterness, or resentment in you. You ooze love. And this makes this person so angry. So angry that you're that happy and you feel that much love. Yeah, you have your back to this person. So it's a challenge for them to message you because you have all you need. Your life is way better than it ever was with this person. You love yourself. You're creating something that's prospering. You block them. They're in a tower because they know the cycle is closed. Message in a bottle. Yeah. Experiencing bad karma and too stubborn to admit it. But on a subconscious level, they know it's justice. They know it. Yeah, they're just carrying those burdens, not wanting to admit this is their bad karma. This person's feeling like the victim. They're jealous, they're envious, they're upset. Because you moved on. You have community support. They've been watching you. But since you moved on, you were attracting a fated divine connection for you. High vibrational divine match that's part of your justice. Orphaned. Yeah, this person's seeing you as a healer, as a star, being seen and celebrated, loved in some way, in the spotlight, and they're going through a tower. They have no peace, no harmony in their life. The outcome is not for you in reverse. You recognize this person is not for you. They will never change. You know, they want to apologize, but they've created so many illusions around you for so long. They've lied and you know about it. And so this decision has made it impossible for this person or for you to ever trust them. They're heartbroken because of a third-party situation. They're a love bomber gaslighter, and it's over. They know it's over. Yeah, they're trapped in karma. Trapped in karma, whether they want to admit it or not, believe it or not, they're trapped in karma. You know, they want to blame everyone else for the situation they're in. They want to blame everyone because their life isn't getting better. There's no growth. There's no prosperity. But God is showing this person, look, you're unstable because of your actions, because of what you did through your free will choices. You emotionally manipulated people. You took foolish action. You were toxic and dark, riddled with addictions. You operated from ego and you were bullying the collective. What do you expect is going to happen in your reality? Yeah, you turned your back on this player energy that's blocked their own life through their wicked ways. They blocked themselves. Cycles closed, seats taken. They've been replaced. There's a replacement headed your way. This person is still very emotional. They're emotional because they see you're better off without them. You're more grounded, more stable, more confident, more courageous, more creative than ever before. And they're going through a very painful ending where they are deceived and betrayed by this third party like they deceived and betrayed you. They can't handle it. 1 second. Okay, let's do the what lies beneath and just see what comes out. This will not be a super long reading. All right. What do we need to know? This person's definitely stuck in karma. And their ego won't let them admit it's their fault. Their fault. And stuck in karma and in denial. Total drama. Yeah. Everything is just too much. Too much stress. Yeah, look, the blockages, they're going to be betrayed, deceived, backstabbed, traitor, not to be trusted. That's the blockage. That's what's going to happen to them. They know it. They already are picking up on that energy. Like I said, they could have gotten some sort of message or a download. Yeah, they've been faking it, putting on a show, pretending to be happy. Yeah, they were expecting a new beginning and ended up with bank failure. Financial ruin. Yep, they're going to go through a divorce. When it's meant to happen, they're going to go through a divorce. Everything is going to crash and burn. They could be having issues with substance abuse, alcohol, or other substance. And a lot of distorted sexual energy. And that came out yesterday. They're getting played. Yeah. Manipulation, lies, and control. They're being played by a third party. And game over. It's ending. Yeah. They chose a home wrecker. And if you know anything about home wreckers, It's only fun and exciting when it's the thrill of getting someone's spouse away from their partner. That's the thrilling part. But when the partner doesn't care and is like, oh my gosh, thank you, you just took my burden, it's not fun anymore. There's no excitement. There's no benefit to the homewrecker. They get bored and then they move on and destroy someone else's marriage. That's how it works. So I think the homewrecker is just getting bored with this person. Outdated, expired, disused, old news, discarded. Yeah, this person's old news to them. They need to find another masculine or feminine that is attached in another marriage or long-term commitment that they can destroy. That's how homewreckers find their value and worth. Now, they're about to be kicked to the curb. Yeah, it wanted to fly in reverse. It was no love story for sure. Yeah, the situation's about to explode. Keeping a promise. I don't know what promise. I don't know if this is your past person or someone else that was keeping a promise, but it looks like police are involved, and it's coming out again, and it came out yesterday. Police are involved in whatever they're doing. Somebody could be depressed, and somebody knows the truth and wants to set the record straight. Why are the police here? Why are the police here? They need to go to the doctor. Now, if this person has an STD and they're aware of it and they're spreading it around, that could be why the police are involved. But we're getting someone that's finding evidence of something that was done, and it could be cheating. It doesn't have to be romantic, like a romantic way. This could be cheating on taxes. This could be cheating in general, like cheating someone. Distorted sexual energy again. I definitely feel that, like I got yesterday, there's some immoral activity that's being done for money sexually, and with recording, there's evidence that's getting ready to come out. So they should have used caution with whatever they were doing. They didn't. Yeah, they have fake friends that may be aware of what they've done, that's gonna, knowing they effed up. The fake friends could be exposing this person for the things that they know that they've done. Trash, throwing away, getting rid of, tossing out. They could be trying to get rid of evidence, but that's not going to work. Copycat, because the copycat has all the evidence. Sexual protection again. Yeah. I feel like this person has definitely done something in the distorted sexual energy because they're insecure. That's how they get their confidence. You already know the tea. You already know this person will come in with a fake apology. You already know that they're toxic. You know that they were chasing a fantasy and it was a bad choice. And they don't want to take advice, that they're stubborn. They need anger management, and you're tired of this person's drama. You're tired of it. Burning evidence. You know, this is someone that will lie right to your face and say, I didn't do it, even though you saw them do it. Even though you had proof in black and white, they will look you dead in the eye and say, I didn't do it, that wasn't me. That's why you're like, I'm not doing it. I don't have the energy to deal with you anymore. Your life has gotten better since you've released this person. So, all right, I'm going to leave this reading here. I am scheduled for the second week of December if you guys are interested. I love you so much. Please share the videos, like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.